everyone, it's Miss Judith from OpenMinds Education bringing you another fun video to make this time a little bit more exciting. Can you guess what we're doing today? That's right, we're making these cute little guys out of toilet paper. But what are these? Are they bunnies, rabbits, or hares? So, fun fact that bunnies and rabbits are actually the same animal. Bunnies are known for being small rabbits or baby rabbits, also known as kittens or kits. Hares and rabbits are actually different animals. They come from the same family, but they're a different species. Hares are also bigger than rabbits, and instead of creating burrows, they create nests in the grass. They're also very different when they're born. Rabbits are born blind, hairless, and are often very helpless and need a lot of parental care. Hares are born with both eyes wide open, their fur grown in, and they become independent very quickly. So today, we're going to make these little bunnies out of toilet paper, especially in time for Easter, which is a very famous bunny, right? The Easter bunny that comes around and drops you eggs. So this is going to be a really easy project. You might need a little bit of parental help. What you're going to need is a toilet paper tube, scissors, some colors, or I'm using Sharpies. You might want a thin one at hand if you have one. You want a regular pencil, stapler, a glue stick, and then a cotton ball, a pom-pom, anything that you might want to use for a nose. So, the very first thing that you're going to do, and some construction paper, almost forgot that. And it could be any color. It can be green for grass, or I was creative with this one and made a pink. I'm going to do yellow for the bunny that we're going to be making today, but it's totally up to you what you want to do. So the very first thing is you're going to grab your toilet paper tube and you're going to sort of fold it in half. Now you don't need to make a crease to stay. This is just so that you can, and I'll show you the sort of vertical and horizontal aspect of it. This is more so that you can draw a line in a circle on it. So you're going to use your pencil and you're going to go about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way down. You want room to make your ears, so you sort of have to decide how big you want your ears. So I'm going to make mine right now. Hopefully you're making yours. If you want it to be super precise, you can use a ruler. However, I wouldn't recommend that. It's fun to just see how it goes. Hopefully they meet. Again, you're using, I don't know if you can see that, but you're using a regular pencil with an eraser maybe, so you can erase if you have some doubts. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to decide where you want to place your ears. So I'm going to choose the side that doesn't have the toilet paper lines, just so it's easier to draw on. And I'm going to make my ears. Now, a fun fact about bunny ears is that they grow to be about 4 inches long, and they can actually turn to 180 degrees, which really helps the bunnies listen for predators that are around. So I made my bunnies. They're not super perfect, but they should be right in the middle of the toilet paper tube. They are a little bit fatter at the top, just the shape of them. And so the next thing you're going to do, and this is where you might need some help from a parent, so you're going to grab your scissors, and again with the toilet paper still sort of bent in half, you're going to cut at the edges first, just so you're able to get the scissors in there. So you're going to cut straight on that slit. And I would say try to use the deepest part of your scissors because it just works easier that way. So you're going to make a slit on both sides. I would say try to make the slit as far as it can go without cutting the ears off. You're going to do the other side. Again, try to go as far as you can go. And so now it sort of looks like this. You have these slits. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to turn your toilet paper tube so that the ears are pointing towards you. No, away from you, sorry. And you're going to start cutting the back. And the way you do that is you put your scissors into the slit Ooh, it might get a little bit bent, that's okay. And you're going to, you might have a little bit of troubles like I am. Again, if you need help, ask a parent. You're just gonna try and cut on that line. It's going to hopefully meet the slit, the other slit that you had created earlier. Now my tip is for you to then cut in half right here just so you can get rid of that extra toilet paper. So I made a slit like that, and then I'm going to cut as much as I can off because you don't need it. So now my bunny sort of looks like it has a billboard for ears. It just makes it easier to cut the ears out. So the next part is you're going to start cutting the ears out. You can do it any way you see fit. Just cut on the lines that you created. I'm going to, it might be a little difficult again if you need help. And then if you don't want to risk cutting your ears off, I would just sort of pull it out like that. You might get a little excess toilet paper, but that's okay. Not toilet paper, cardboard. That's what toilet paper is made of. Or the tube. Oh my gosh. And again, you're just cutting it out. Okay, I'm gonna be super honest, that is probably the hardest part of this project. So right now you should have a toilet paper tube with 2 ears cut out, and then there's nothing in the back, right? So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna choose your construction paper to make this sort of little upside down hoop skirt, or hula skirt, grass skirt, whatever you wanna call it. But it's going to represent the grass. I am choosing yellow just because springtime. Bunnies are symbols for spring and new life. So that's why I want to do it. But again, you can choose whatever color you want. You can choose green to represent grass. You can do whatever you see fit. So what you need to do is you're probably again going to, you need to sort of measure how high you want your grass to be. I would say about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So I'm just going to grab a regular piece of construction paper and cut the short edge off because I know that fits. Try to do it as straight as you can, but again, it doesn't have to be super perfect. Now the next step is, like I said, you're going to create a fringe, and what that means is you're just going to cut strips to whatever side you want. So I'm going to choose this side because it's facing me. But you're going to cut not all the way to the edge. So like that. And cut all the way. I don't know if you can see. You can see that there's some rips and movement. And you're going to cut all the way to the edge. You can make them as fat or thin as you want. Success! So, you should have these strips of construction paper. Now, hopefully you did not cut, like I got very, very close to almost cutting the whole thing off. If that happens, it'll tear. There's a fix to that, you can just overlap them, but I hope that you didn't cut it all the way and that you have one piece that's very intact. Now what you're going to do is you're going to wrap the grass skirt, the fringe, around the toilet paper tube, and you're going to want to try and get it to line up with the bottom. And so I'm just going to wrap it around. This took me a few times to get, so again, if you need help, make sure you ask a parent. Now I did it so that the back of the skirt or grass is on the back side of the bunny, just so you don't see it later. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to grab your stapler, or if you have a glue stick, that works fine as well. I think stapler is just easier because you're one and done. And now you just have a staple. And again, like I said, this is in the back, so you won't really be able to see it. Now, the last step really is to draw your face. Now, because the nose sort of is in the middle, and you are going to create the face around it, it's probably the best idea to start with that first. So again, you can choose whatever it is that you want for the nose. If you have little pom-poms, you can use those. I'm using a cotton ball, just a regular cotton ball, and I just tore a little piece off, so it's about this big. And you're gonna take your glue stick, and all you're gonna do is sort of like, well, if you take your cotton ball, make sure it's round, because our noses are kind of round, and you just sort of brush I don't know if you can see, brush the cotton ball on top of the glue. Make sure it's sticky. And then you're going to put it in the center of your tube. Now I'm putting my finger in the middle just to hold it for some pressure. That way it stays. And then I'm sort of, it will get a little fluffy. So it should look like that. Again, it's not perfect, but I think it's super cute. So, make sure to close your glue stick, otherwise you'll get glue stick all over your hands. Ew. So, the next thing that you're gonna do is you're going to create the face. And again, and the ears. I'm using the thin Sharpies, but if you have thick Sharpies or just regular markers or color pencils, you can use whatever it is you want. So the first thing I'm going to do is create little eyes, and you can make them as big as you want. You can make them small. These are really small, and so I'm going to see what it looks like, maybe making bigger eyes. And so I'm just going to make a circle, and then the pupil. So it looks like that. And just make sure to do it on the other side. Now, if you make them a little bit wide set, that's okay, because bunnies actually have their eyes almost on their side of their head, and they're able to see almost a 360-degree view. And that really helps to see when there's predators coming as well. So their ears help and their eyes help to survive. Ooh, that eye is not as equal as I want it to be, but that's okay. Eyes looking a little crazy. That's okay, you can fix it, but here are the eyes. So the next thing you're going to do is, we already have a nose, you're going to make the mouth. The way I'm doing that is I'm putting a straight line from the nose. So, like that. And then just a little dot for the mouth. So it looks like he or she wants to ask a question. And the cool thing about the rabbit's teeth that I found out is that they never stop growing. So essentially, when they're eating food, they just sort of get ground down or chiseled, and they continue growing every single day. How cool is that? It's like, can you imagine if our teeth didn't stop growing? That'd be crazy. Oh, the last thing before I forget is to make the ears. So this bunny has, and some whiskers, let's not forget that too. So this bunny has pink ears. This bunny has gray ears. I'm gonna choose pink again, just so I'm gonna choose this pink. Again, you can make, it could be like a blue ear bunny, whatever it is you want to do. And you're just gonna sort of create the same shape as your ears. So it looks like that. And one last thing, final touch, is they have their whiskers. And again, you can make them any way you want. I'm making mine sort of close together. Dun dun dun! The final product is cute little bunny. Now, what's one of the most famous bunnies that we know? The Easter Bunny. But why the Easter Bunny and not the Easter chicken, for example? Well, in the 1700s, German immigrants came to America and brought with them stories and traditions of an egg-laying hare. Children would create nests for those hares to leave their eggs in. And eventually the hare was changed for the cuter bunny rabbit, and the nests were changed to baskets, which is why we now have Easter egg hunts. This is why I thought this was a great idea to do around this time of the year. This would be fun to maybe add into your in-home egg hunt. It's a really cool egg holder, or it's just a fun activity that you can do with your loved ones. Now, before I leave you, one of the cuter facts that I found out about bunnies is that they actually purr when they're happy. So hopefully you have a fun time and are purring at the end of this video. Bye guys, see you next time.